Right now, live at 5, arrest made and charges filed. We're learning more from investigators about what's to come for the officer who was seen kneeling on George Floyd's neck. This as the top Democratic candidate vying for the White House says the U.S. needs nationwide changes to what he calls systemic racism.
Coming up tonight, we talk to Police Chief Mike Tuskin about how police training has changed.
And later, how a northern Minnesota town is paying tribute to a special resident.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Anthony has the night off. Thanks for joining us. Charged with murder. Tonight, we're learning the officer seen kneeling on the neck of George Floyd is behind bars and will be tried. The Hennepin County attorney calling it the fastest the state has ever charged a police officer. CBS News' Nicole Killian reports.
Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer seen on video with his knee on George Floyd's neck, was taken into custody Friday.
He has been charged with third-degree murder. This is by far the fastest we've ever charged a police officer.
The arrest comes as Minnesota State Police, backed by the National Guard, took up positions on the streets of Minneapolis following another night of fires and looting. The governor called for order to be restored.
We cannot have the looting and the recklessness that went on.
Last night, protesters set fire to the police station where the 4 officers involved in Floyd's arrest worked before they were fired. Other fires continued to burn in the morning hours. Minneapolis police say Chauvin has had 18 complaints against him in his career, but faced discipline for only 2. Protesters say his arrest is just a start.
Please do not run away with the narrative that highlights one arrest. That is nothing at the end of the day. They should have been arrested, but we want to see 4 arrests and charges for everything that they did that violated the law.
Prosecutors say the investigation into the other officers is ongoing, but they anticipate bringing charges against them.
We're also learning more details about what led up to Floyd's death from the criminal complaint filed against Chauvin. The court documents show officers responded to a report of a man buying merchandise with a counterfeit $20 bill. Officers approached the car that Floyd was in, and one officer pulled out his gun and pointed it at Floyd. He then got out of the car and was handcuffed. The 2 officers tried to escort Floyd over to their squad car, but Floyd stiffened up and fell to the ground. That's when Chauvin and another officer arrived. They tried to get Floyd in the back seat, but the complaint says Floyd wouldn't get in and was intentionally falling down. Chauvin eventually brought Floyd to the ground at 8:19 p.m. He took his knee off Floyd's neck after 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Floyd was unresponsive for 2 minutes and 53 seconds of that time. If convicted, Chauvin could face up to 25 years in prison on the murder charge and up to 10 years in prison on the manslaughter charge. Despite the arrest and charges against Chauvin, protests continue in Minneapolis this afternoon. This is the scene at the city's government center where hundreds seem to be peacefully protesting Floyd's death. But amid uncertainty over what could be coming tonight, Governor Tim Walz announced that he is imposing a mandatory nighttime curfew for Minneapolis and St. Paul this weekend. It's in place for all public places, including streets, from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Violating the order could lead to a misdemeanor, a $1,000 fine, or 90 days in jail. President Donald Trump was expected to address the incident in Minneapolis in an afternoon press conference. Instead, he announced the U.S. is cutting ties with the World Health Organization. Trump said the WHO failed to adequately respond to the coronavirus because China has, quote, total control over the global organization. But that didn't stop the president from sharing his thought on Floyd's death and the unrest in Minneapolis on Twitter today. This morning, Trump wrote he can't stand back and watch this happen to Minneapolis, adding that the mayor should get his act together, or Trump would send in the National Guard to, quote, get the job done right. This added fuel to Trump's already existing feud with Twitter, which has recently added fact-checking to some of his tweets. Today, the social media company added a notice saying Trump's tweet, quote, glorified violence. Meanwhile, Democrat Joe Biden says the open wound of systemic racism was behind the police killing of George Floyd.
None of us can turn away. None of us can be silent. None of us can any longer can we hear the words, "I can't breathe," and do nothing.
The presumptive Democratic presidential nominee made the comments during a brief online address today. Prior to the address, Biden said he spoke with George Floyd's family. Biden has built his campaign around a promise to heal the soul of the nation. Back here in Duluth, City Councilor Janet Kennedy says it's important the council leads and helps the community grieve in whatever way they need to. Kennedy says the recent passage of the African Heritage Commission is Duluth's first step in moving forward.
That is part of the charge that we will begin to have, is to have understanding of the culture and the togetherness that needs to happen of all of our community members if we're going to move forward. I believe a community will not survive and prosper as a whole if we're not all walking on even ground.
Kennedy added that she respects those who protest in a civil manner, and she's open to having conversations about these topics. Well, tonight we're getting a closer look at how Duluth police have adjusted their training in the wake of protests and riots across the country in recent years. Police Chief Mike Tuskin shared some of the changes today with CBS3's Emma Quinn.
Police Chief Mike Tuskin says based on a policing study released 4 years ago, the Duluth Police Department has made changes to how they train their new recruits. One of the biggest being their soft skills like communication and body language. The study, which was conducted by the Obama administration, brought new data to the department about community policing. Tuskin says training recruits in those soft skills is a large part of successful community policing and helping de-escalate a situation. He says who they choose as recruits plays a large role as well.
Beyond just the skills, the curriculum, we know we absolutely cannot teach character. So while we have many candidates will apply to us, we don't hire if they don't fit the mold for what we're looking for.
Tuskin says the department is using the events that occurred in Minneapolis this week as a learning tool, like many other situations that happen across the country. Tuskin adds they do continue training for officers currently on the job. The department also requires officers to have mental health screenings at least once a year.
We'll have more on how these trainings have helped Duluth police officers in situations they've encountered tonight at 6. Looking ahead, Minnesotans are asked to light a candle in Floyd's memory tonight. He died at 9:25 Monday night. That's also when residents are asked to light their candles. Spokespeople for the Duluth branch of the NAACP say they hope Minnesotans will stand in solidarity with George Floyd's family and the black community. You can share your photos with us on our Facebook, and we'll share some tonight on the CBS3 News at 10. Also tonight, Duluth will join in on the event by lighting Anger Tower gold, symbolizing a candle. So at dark, turn your eyes to the historic landmark for a special moment. Let's check in now with Dave for a quick look at the weather. A little bit chilly out there today compared to what we've seen.
Yeah, that was that cold front coming through last night. It took temperatures down, but it also raised up the clouds. So our live look here is going to show above Effie a cloudier sky. But the last time we fired up this picture, the one side with the pineish trees there was on the green side, and the other side with the deciduous trees was still kind of bare. Things are catching up, though. It's becoming green everywhere. But the fire danger is also starting to creep up region-wide again because the rain we got the other day wasn't enough to keep it away forever. But I don't think we're going to get another rain chance until Monday or so. For now, through the weekend, cool high pressure will dominate our sky and our surface as well. So talking about temperatures, what are we getting here for the weekend? Tonight, low temps could dip into the 30s, especially north of Duluth. There's going to be a frost advisory up north. We'll show you in just a little bit. Saturday, though, the day itself, high of 62 with a partly cloudy sky, is a little bit cooler than normal. Come Sunday, though, with 69 degrees possible, we do go a little bit warmer than normal again. And I think a big spike in temperatures could hit us next week. We'll talk about for how long in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, a small northern Minnesota town has made a big tribute to a beloved resident. Plus, coming up at 6, we hear from a former Virginia city councilor now living in the middle of Minneapolis' unrest. She shares her experience after nights of violent protests.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth.
Join our team at St. Anne's. St. Anne's Residence is calling to service nursing assistants, LPNs, personal caregivers, and food service workers. We offer excellent pay, bonus opportunities, and great people to work with. Apply online. Together, we are St. Anne's strong.
Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One Liquor store. Come for the service. Lead with the savings.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
The Glen Shee murders are the most well-known murder in Duluth, but that has nothing on this story.
CBS3's Anthony Matt brought you the Digging Deeper exclusive on the Duluth man's determination to uncover the truth behind one of the city's darkest mysteries. Now, we've been honored with a Regional Merle Award for hard news reporting. Award-winning journalism you can trust from Live Local CBS3.
It's a sunny and a little bit cloudy Friday escorting us into the weekend. Here's a live look where you can see Lake Superior is still glistening, though. Meteorologist Dave Anderson will join us soon to let us know if you'll want to take advantage of the big lake this weekend. But first, hats off to Chisholm's class of 2020, plus a bridge in a small northern Minnesota township is now honoring one of its former residents in a big way. Let's head around the Northland city by city. Tonight, Chisholm will honor the class of 2020. A drive-by graduation ceremony starts at 7 o'clock in the Minnesota Discovery Center parking lot. The grads will drive up one by one to pick up their diploma. They can listen to the ceremony on their car radios. Plus, about a half hour north of Orr, a newly reconstructed bridge now bears the name of a longtime resident and county employee. St. Louis County dedicated the bridge in Camp 5 Township yesterday. It's now known as the James Ding Holter Memorial Bridge. Holter worked for the county's Public Works Department for 39 years. He died in 2017, less than 4 years after retiring. And in cable, bidding has already started on thousands of items from the old Telemark Lodge. The lodge closed several years ago, and now you can take home old restaurant and bar equipment, photos, snowmakers, and more. You can preview the items in person from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow, but you must wear a mask. We have more details on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead, send us an email, and it could be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, 103 years young in Two Harbors, how the North Shore town celebrated this lifelong resident.
Here's a live look up towards Orr and the sky above that town. Yeah, it's on the gray side as well, but higher pressure coming in from Canada will clear us up while it cools us down. And again, it'll cool us down enough up there near Orr for a frost advisory. We'll talk about who's going to get it by tomorrow morning coming up after our break.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance. Well, the third time's a charm, so we're extending our big 6% instant rebate sale on our entire in-stock selection. Get high-end Beko dishwashers in stock at amazing sale prices. Beko's come with a 2-year warranty and is a great performing dishwasher. Starting at just $4.99 plus another 6% off. Pick it up and save even more or set up delivery and installation. Financing always available. Prime Appliance in Superior. The best place to buy your appliances. Let us prove it to you.
To all the social distancers, suddenly homeschoolers, and living room exercisers, we've got you covered. Right now, get Pizza Hut's best delivery deal. Large pizzas with up to 3 toppings for just $9.99. Choose contactless delivery or new curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
The 2020 Subaru Forester. The SUV for all you love. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 33 miles per gallon. Standard eyesight driver assist technology. A spacious and comfortable interior. The best SUV for all you do.
Get 0% APR financing on all new 2020 Subaru Forester models now through June 1st. Visit us online at millerhill.com.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5 Duke.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country 98.9 KTZO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
#1 for the most new country.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to Live Local CBS3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, higher air pressure drove through a cold front again this morning. Kicked up a few showers here and there, and we thought it was a 20% chance. Paid off for a couple of towns, but it also kicked up some clouds which are still lingering. But as the heart of the high comes in from Canada tonight, it will clear up and it will cool down. And north of Duluth, indeed, we are looking at a frost advisory through 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Low temperatures will be perilously close to the freezing mark, but hopefully tomorrow morning is the only morning that's that nippy, and we do start to warm up a little bit again once we get towards Sunday. We'll talk about temperature trends and our next chance for rain coming up after a look at the current conditions. Right now at the airport in Duluth, it is only 59 degrees, so that cool front sure did take our temperatures down a couple of pegs. Relative humidity is 51%, and a northwesterly wind's going 14 miles per hour, 1,020 millibars at the surface for air pressure's on the higher side, but it hasn't quite put down the clouds yet. It will eventually. Current temps are 53 in Watersmeet and Ironwood to 60 in Ashland, 63 Hayward. Superior not coming in right now, but they're probably fairly close to Solon Springs and Moose Lake at 61. 59 towards Hermantown, looking at 55 Ely, 56 Hibbing. Warmer than that in Grand Rapids by a hair, 56 International Falls. So the temperatures sure have taken a nosedive since yesterday and the day before, but by midweek next week, we could be getting back towards 80 degrees, just like last week around midweek. But it probably, like last week or the other day, won't last that long. But a little visit isn't bad. Some of us don't like it that warm. All right, Doppler map around our region shows the higher pressure trying to come in, trying to keep most of the clouds away, while the cold front from last night has kicked up the random stray showers over a good portion of the region. And, you know, folks in the UP could keep those showers going at least through a portion of tomorrow, but in general, as the high settles in from Canada, we should dry up and stay dry through Sunday. Our next chance for rain will be on Monday as a new low from the west comes aboard. Probably just showers on Monday, maybe some thunderstorms on Tuesday as temperatures really start to warm up towards 80. And then we'll get about 3 days worth of rain chances from this system Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 30 to 50% chances for showers, punctuated here and there by a couple of thunderboomers. Tonight in Minnesota, looking for a clear to partly cloudy sky with frost possible inland. Low temps should go from about 34 up north to maybe 40 down towards Moose Lake. In Wisconsin and Michigan, the low temps there, 39 to 41, should be out of the danger zone for the frost. So gardeners, if you've gotten in early, breathe easier there. In that part of the world, Upper Peninsula still has that shower chance. Wisconsin should be partly cloudy. For tomorrow, partly cloudy in Wisconsin and Michigan with highs from 57 to 64. Looks like Wakefield and Bessemer may be the cool spots of our entire region come tomorrow. In Minnesota, it'll be a little chilly by the shore, all right, 55 to 59, but inland 61 to 64. Normal's around 66, so we're pretty much all cooler than normal for Saturday. But using that same benchmark, we become a little bit warmer than normal on Sunday with sunshine. And then 73 to 83 degrees from Monday through Wednesday, meaning showers and thunderstorms possible during that 3-day period there, Kristen, followed by a little bit calmer next Thursday and Friday.
I was going to say, sounds like May weather, but we're almost into June here.
We are. June already, half of 2020 gone, and some folks will say good riddance to this year.
That's very true. Thanks, Dave. Well, looking ahead, a weekend of free fun is on the way in Wisconsin. This morning, the state announced on June 6th and 7th, residents can enjoy free fishing, free trail passes, and free state park admission. A big celebration, 103 years in the making today on the North Shore. Family, friends, and neighbors, along with the Two Harbors Fire and Police Departments, put on a car parade to wish Ruth Roberts a happy 103rd birthday. Roberts has lived in Two Harbors her whole life. Friends say it's an honor to help celebrate this special day.
It's very important because I've known her for about 15 years, and she's always been such a friendly person and so encouraging and helpful.
I'm so appreciative of the people that planned it and are taking part in it today. Makes me realize how many friends I have.
Those friends typically hold a birthday bash for her at the fire hall, but due to COVID-19, they chose to do a car parade this year instead. Happy birthday, Ruth. Now we get to introduce you to today's adoptable pet, Courtney. I fell in love with her, and I think you will too. Courtney is a 5-year-old mix, and she is available for adoption at the Shawamigan Humane Association in Ashland. She loves people and does great with other dogs, but she's not a big fan of cats. If you'd like to adopt Courtney, give the Humane Association a call at the number on your screen. Still to come, how a Duluth senior residence hit hard by the pandemic is bouncing back after many of its residents got sick.
Right now, millions of people and billions of devices are connected to the internet. Homes, businesses, hospitals, schools. The security and reliability of these connections are more important than ever. That's why at MediaCom, we've built a network to protect them. A network that sees threats, fixes problems before they occur, and keeps you going with 99.99% network reliability.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexaderm. Seeing our friends and family up close and personal with video chat is wonderful these days. And it's even better if you look and feel your best. So how does Plexaderm perform to shrink the appearance of wrinkles, under eye bags, and fine lines on a video conversation?
It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. They're all calling. There's been creams, there's been lotions, concealers. Nothing works like this.
When I tried Plexaderm the first time, my daughter said, "Oh, Dad, did you get a haircut?" And I said, "No, I didn't get a haircut. I tried this Plexaderm product out." "Oh, you look so much younger." I said, "Oh, thank you."
We've created the best offer yet with our Plexaderm 10-minute challenge. We know you want to look and feel your best. So before you step in front of that video chat, Plexaderm your crow's feet, Plexaderm your fine lines, and Plexaderm your wrinkles and those pesky 11 lines between your eyes. And watch them visibly shrink from view in 10 minutes. Plexaderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you feel years younger in minutes.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Yeah, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. That's like so full of myself.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow, is that really me?
The instant results are from silicates found in shale clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. And the effects last up to 10 hours. Yes, the science is incredible, but the results even better. So if under-eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the plexaderm 10-minute challenge. Look incredible on your next video call and get up to 50% off the normal retail price. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexaderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country 98.9 KTZO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
#1 for the most new country.
Crazy times we're living in right now. But one problem has grown so out of control.
Not that sort.
Basically, my mom fried her hair off.
Oh my God. We had to intervene.
It's a star-studded night.
Yes, paint it. I'm going to do Rebecca's Roots.
Wait, what?
Of sheer entertainment.
Watch my ear out.
Put the clipper down and step away from the machine.
This has been my most fun day in quarantine.
Haircut Night in America, tonight at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
It appears the situation is stabilizing at a Duluth senior care facility hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. St. Anne's Executive Director Scott Johnson says the facility reported a total of 29 cases, with the first one being documented on April 6th. Of those cases, Johnson says 11 people died and 18 people fully recovered. 5 residents are still testing positive but are symptom-free. Johnson says he doesn't know how the virus got into the facility, and with so many asymptomatic people, it would be impossible to track.
We have 150 residents. We had at that time 87 staff people and, you know, endless visitors in and out of our building. So who knows?
Johnson says federal and local financial help made it possible to hire more staff and offer hazard pay to employees. More than 140 million Americans have received federal stimulus money either through check or direct deposit during the pandemic. But now some people are getting it in the form of a debit card, and it's causing some confusion. Elise Preston reports.
When Gail Parkin received a letter like this in the mail, she wasn't sure what to make of it. Inside was a Visa debit card and a letter explaining it's her federal economic stimulus money. But Parkin was suspicious.
It was a plain white envelope with a return address in Omaha, Nebraska.
My husband looked at it, briefly read it.
Bonnie Moore and her husband thought it was junk mail and cut it up.
It looks like a bunch of little pieces of jigsaw puzzle.
But it turns out these cards are actually stimulus money.
Mr. President, we now have developed debit cards.
Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin made the announcement with President Trump earlier this month. The cards are going to about 4 million Americans because the IRS doesn't have their banking information.
You can feel there's a credit card in there.
Jay Bender almost threw his out because of the return address. It's not from the Treasury or IRS, but Money Network Cardholder Services.
Which doesn't sound like the federal government to me.
Bender ended up using his card, so did Parkin.
I said to my husband, let's go buy dinner.
As you can see, I did not use it. I abused it.
Moore has requested a new card and hopes to get it soon.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, breaking news, the officer accused of killing George Floyd charged with murder as protests continue nationwide. Will the other officers involved face criminal charges? Plus, Governor Cuomo says New York City could begin to reopen on June 8th, how other parts of the country are getting back to business in the new normal. And Steve Hartman goes on the road with how one high school rocket club inspired sky-high dreams. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to live local CBS 3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS 3 Duluth.
Kristen Vaki, as a fellow Iron Ranger, brings a calmness to our team where she's unflappable.
Kristen Vaki is one of the most respected anchors in this market.
I think her passion for journalism runs really deep in her.
Kristen is the real deal, a pleasure to work with, and you can always count on her.
Get to know Kristen Vaki, weeknights on Live Local CBS3. Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
The Glen Sheen murders are the most well-known murder in Duluth, but that has nothing on this story.
CBS3's Anthony Matt brought you the Digging Deeper exclusive of a Duluth man's determination to uncover the truth behind one of the city's darkest mysteries. Now, we've been honored with a Regional Merle Award for hard news reporting. Award-winning journalism you can trust from Live Local CBS3.
Kristen Vaki, as a fellow Iron Ranger, brings a calmness to our team. She's unflappable.
Kristen Vaki is one of the most respected anchors in this market.
I think her passion for journalism runs really deep in her.
Kristen is the real deal, a pleasure to work with, and you can always count on her.
Get to know Kristen Vaki, weeknights on Live Local CBS3.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to Live Local CBS3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Before we go, let's take a quick look back at today's top story from 5. The Minneapolis officer who was seen on video kneeling on the neck of George Floyd has been arrested and charged with murder. The charges come after 3 days of protests, which had been escalating in violence. That's your news tonight at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next. We hope you'll join us again at 6. Take care.